Chiefs win this one 31-17. You're watching the Chiefs Report. My name is Jay Sanders. We have a Nick Bolton injury update for you at the top of this show as Andy Reid announced that it is going to be a dislocated wrist for Nick Bolton as he suffered that wrist injury in the fourth quarter. So, no timeable return for him yet. They're going to say that basically just wait and see how it goes. Dislocated is a little better than broken, a little better than some ligament injury. You can kind of pop that back into place. Hopefully he's good to go in 2-3 weeks. You have the bye week coming up. Hopefully he's good. But in his place, it's going to be Drue Tranquill. We've seen him step up for Nick Bolton a lot this year already as Bolton's missed a couple games. Well, against his former team today, 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pass breakup. Man, Drue Tranquill, it's time to shine again. He did it against his former team, and now he's going to have to continue doing it after the dislocated wrist for Nick Bolton. We're going to go into more post-game reaction here in just a moment. We got this injury news literally right after we ended our post-game show, so you're going to hear me talk about Nick Bolton. That was before I got this injury update, but that is the latest. It is a dislocated wrist. That's what we have. We're going to continue talking about this throughout the week, so subscribe and enjoy the rest of the post-game show. Boy, oh boy, that was a fun one. You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. 31-17 final in Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs get the best of another AFC West opponent as they take down the Chargers with Brian Cook's game-sealing interception. Man, this was a fun one. I'll tell you right there. The first half, it was a little more fun than the second half. Mahomes finishes with 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. By far his best game of the year, and it's not even close. Pacheco, a little bit of a down game, only had 13 carries. He wasn't really needed, 32 yards. But then, on National Tight Ends Day, Travis Kelce goes for 12 receptions, 179 yards. Oh my gosh, plus the touchdown on an interesting play design. He was set up as the fullback, runs forward, it wasn't a pitch. He threw it to him, but it was so interesting. Either way, that's what the touchdown came for. Joshua Palmer was the leading receiver for the Chargers, not Keenan Allen. He was held in check by L'Jarius Sneed. 5 receptions for 133 yards for Palmer. Kelly, leading runner with 7 carries, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. One of those carries, though, went for 40-plus yards. That's where most of that came from. Herbert, 2 interceptions. He had games with an interception in back-to-back weeks, 1 against the Raiders, 1 against last week against the Cowboys, 2 this week, including the game-sealing one. Man, oh man, it feels nice to be 6-1, but it also feels nice with Game Time as guess what? Game Time is the sponsor of today's video, and I really appreciate Game Time with everything they've done. If you go and you use Chiefs Chat, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase, but man, oh man, it feels nice to be 6-1. And I tell you what, let's get 600 likes for 6-1. Win number 6, I want 600 smackaroos liking that thing. Hit that like button. It's free. It's easy. It helps us push out more content. I really appreciate it. 600 likes for win number 6 of the season. All right, let's go into the offensive stats for the Kansas City Chiefs. As 483 yards, 7.5 yards per play is absolutely insane. That's crazy. 415 yards. It's wild. On top of which, though, the turnovers were there. 1 interception, 1 fumble, as it honestly could have been 2 fumbles. Pacheco fumbled it late. There was not clear evidence that he did actually fumble it, called him down. That was nice. Time of possession, pretty even, 31-03 there for the Chiefs, but only 68 yards on the ground. That's where kind of things really popped out up there. Mahomes, though, 424 through the air, 32 for 42, as that completion percentage continues to be absolutely legendary. And then the 4 touchdowns to the 1 interception. It's nice. You would have liked to have 0 interceptions, but at the same time, 1-4 ratio, 4-1 ratio, that's pretty dang good. Travis Kelce was the star of the show today. Let's be quite frank. 179 yards, 12 receptions, 53 of along with the 1 touchdown pass we mentioned. But the funny thing is, he had 148 of those yards in the first half. So the second half, it was quiet for Mahomes. It was quiet for Kelce too. In fact, there was actually an incomplete pass between those two, if you can believe it. That never happens. Never happens. 12 receptions, 179. That's a pretty good day for Travis Kelce. And I think it came on the perfect day because guess what today is? It's National Tight Ends Day. So you want to say congratulations. You want to be a part of the Chiefs Report. Well, I want you to do me a favor. Type 87 to show love for our favorite tight end on National Tight End Day, Travis Kelce. Type 87, I want to see that littered all over today's chat, all over today's comments. I want it in there as many times as you possibly can. Type 87 to wish Travis Kelce happy National Tight End Day on what was an amazing game. Travis Kelce was not the only receiver, though. You had Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who had 3 catches for 84 yards, including the touchdown pass. That was a majority of his yards. And then Rashee Rice, who has been arguably the number 1 wide receiver on this Chiefs team, he goes for 5 receptions for 60 yards and 1 touchdown. They had the 3 touchdowns. I'd say that's pretty good, along with the 4th touchdown coming from Isaiah Pacheco on a little screen pass. That was the one at the very end of the game that ultimately, I say that the pick sealed it, but be quite honest with you, after that touchdown, it was pretty much game, set, match, because no way the Chargers were going to score 2 touchdowns with literally less than 3 minutes to go. Just wasn't going to happen. But I think the funny thing, and a name on there that needs to be mentioned, is Mecole Hardman. Because, listen, you look at his stats, 1 reception for 6 yards. Oh, he didn't really do much, right? Well, you'd be wrong. Because guess what? He had maybe one of the plays of the game. He definitely had one of the plays of the game. He may have had the play of the game as he returned a punt for 50 yards that set up the Chiefs in that final touchdown. Had an absolute great catch on 6 yards in that same drive. That gave them a first down on a 3rd and 6. Listen, did he do a lot? No. But for what you traded for him, this was a great first game for Mecole Hardman. He's got to kind of come in here, reestablish that connection with Mahomes, reestablish his kind of role in this Chiefs offense. So overall, first game for Mecole. His main job is to be returning punts and kicks, so he did his job pretty nice there. I was kind of sad when they put Montrell Washington on the practice squad, but Mecole Hardman showed exactly why he deserves to be the punt and kick returner. Even when Richie James returns, Mecole Hardman's our guy with the punts and kicks. I mentioned Isaiah Pacheco having a little bit of a slow game. He ended up with a touchdown there receiving, but his carries, well, they weren't there. 13 carries, 32 yards, 6 for the long, no touchdowns, but he had the game-sealing touchdown at the very end of the game on a screen pass. Pacheco, pop, I don't know what to tell you. He's become all of a sudden a receiving back. I'll take it. I like it. Not a bad game for Pacheco. I hope he can build off this as he got the Broncos next week. I want to see him get a really good game there. And hey, if you want to try and travel to Denver, you want to go to the Broncos game, go watch the Broncos versus Chiefs, well, the easiest way to do that is by going to Game Time. I mentioned it at the top of the show, but you're going to get $20 off your first purchase if you go to Game Time and use the promo code ChiefsChat. Now, the main reason I tell you to do this is because it's the only app that's going to offer zone deals, flash deals, last-minute tickets with their lowest price guarantee. And on top of which, Game Time is the app that is going to be obsessing over finding ways to save you money. In fact, they give you an 18% of savings on average. 18% of savings on average. That's the easiest way to do it. Plus, their app is super user-friendly. You can go in, look, and see your tickets. I mean, look at this. You're going to see exactly what you're going to see on your seat. You even get a 360 view. If you click onto that, you can move around, see exactly what you're paying for. Plus, they're going to give you the exact deal that you want. They're going to show you the cheapest. They're going to show you zone deals. They're going to show you flash deals. Everything you want and more is on Game Time. Make sure you download the Game Time app. Plus, we have that special Chiefs chat code for $20 off. If you download the app, create an account, and then redeem code Chiefs Chat, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. It's an absolute easy way to do it. Plus, do you want $50 extra on top of that? Well, you can do that by easily downloading the Game Time app, redeeming the code that I just mentioned, and then screenshot that when you put in Chiefs Chat, send it to me, and get entered into a raffle for $50. That's $70 to your first Game Time purchase. That's a ticket to a game. That's a ticket to a game right there. All you got to do is screenshot it, send it to me. You can send it to me on Twitter. You can send it to me on Instagram. Either way, it's a free $70 with the Chiefs Chat, and you're going to get entered into the raffle for $50. Free money. Come on, guys. Who doesn't want to do it? Terms apply. Again, redeem code Chiefs Chat at the redeem code section for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time. They have the best tickets at the lowest price guarantee. Going into the Chargers' offensive stats, they weren't bad. I mean, this defense definitely had one of their toughest games, but 2 interceptions. That was the big key right there. Time of possession was very even throughout the entirety. Rushing 26 carries, 139 yards. A lot of that coming from Joshua Kelly. You held Eckler in check, but 219 on the passing game. That's the thing that sticks out to me because you held Keenan Allen in check. And a lot of the reason that you held Keenan Allen in check, well, it was Nick Bolton. The problem was Bolton, well, he left the game with a wrist injury, and I'm going to tell you right now, it did not look good. As of right now, he was questionable to return in the game. Don't have an update just yet for you. We're going to get you that throughout the week, so make sure you're subscribed, as we're going to tell you everything we know about Nick Bolton as soon as we get it. The fact that he couldn't get off the field, though, with a wrist injury, not what you like. Not what you like. Already missed 3 games this year with an injury. I don't like to say it, but there's a very real chance that he could be missing multiple games coming up here. Again, I'm not a doctor, but the fact that he couldn't get off the field makes me think it's a very bad sprain, it's a break, or if worse comes to worse, which I really hope it doesn't, it could be ligament damage. But not a doctor. I don't want to speculate. We'll find out. We'll give you the reports as soon as they come. Either way, though, Nick Bolton, a big part of this defense, injured in the game, left in the 4th. I mentioned how he was a key to this defense. Well, he was key in holding Justin Herbert to under 300 yards. 259, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Brian Cook with that game-sealing interception. It was just overall really, really good. You had L'Jarius Sneed, who also got an interception. But here's the funny thing. L'Jarius Sneed got the interception, but I would almost give credit to a guy who came back, and that would be Charles Omenihu. Charles came back for his first game against the Chargers here, as, guess what? Make his season debut, and boy, did he light it up. 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pass breakup. And that pass breakup actually led to an interception as he batted the ball down, and L'Jarius Sneed came up and intercepted the ball. Glad to have Charles on the field, his first regular season game with the Chiefs. Man, it's nice to have him back because it kind of showed. This defense was good without him. I'm not going to front there. This defense was good. But he adds an extra level because now, guess what? Karlaftis got a sack. Omenihu got a sack. Chris Jones didn't get a sack. And yet this defense was still on top of Justin Herbert all night long. I like what I saw from Omenihu. He adds an extra level to this line. Will say on the Chris Jones topic, he did not get a sack for the first time this season. Kind of tough there. Kind of tough. But same time, I think it's because he didn't have to work as hard. You have Omenihu with you. Listen, I know people are going to come complaining about this. I would argue the Chiefs are the best defensive line in the entire NFL. If you have Karlaftis playing the way he did today, you have Chris Jones, who is a force to be reckoned with every time he steps on the field, and you have Omenihu, who has played lights out this game, then guess what? You got a pretty dang good defensive line. Also, Mike Dana, Derek Nottie, all great names. But who was your MVP from this Chiefs win? 31-17 final. Give me a name in the comment section of today's video because I want to know who you think played the best in this game. Was it Patrick Mahomes with his 400-yard performance? Was it Travis Kelce on National Tight Ends Day having an absolutely absurd game? Or was it someone else that maybe you haven't talked about? Maybe we haven't talked about. Maybe it's Pacheco. Maybe it is this defense. Let me know in the chat below as, man, telling you what, there's a lot of MVPs you could pick from this game because the Chiefs, well, they're just that good. Now, next week, you got to look forward to the Broncos, who, guess what? Just like last time I played the Broncos, well, actually not like last time, they actually won this game. They beat the Packers 19-17. Jordan Love just didn't do much. This is kind of baffling for the simple part of Javonte Williams was back, 15 carries, 82 yards. Russell Wilson, 20 for 29 with 194 yards, 1 touchdown. Cortland Sutton, though, had a good game there. 6 receptions, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. This will be the last time you play the Broncos. You're going to go into Mile High Stadium. You're going to have to take down the Broncos. It's going to be a Sunday 3:25 kick. If you missed today's watch party, well, make sure you join us next Sunday. We're going to be live around 2:30. We're going to have the Broncos. We're going to have the Chiefs. We're going to be rooting on the Chiefs. We're going to be having some cold snacks. We're going to be having a good time. So if you missed today's watch party, get ready for next week. As, man, this AFC West, I'm going to tell you one thing. It's Chiefs to lose. It's Chiefs to lose. The Raiders lost to the Bears today, 30-12. What? It just makes no sense. I know they had a backup quarterback with Brian Hoyer, but guess what? The Bears also had a backup quarterback in Tyson Bagent. I don't get it. And to be quite honest with you, I think Brian Hoyer is better than Jimmy G, so they got an upgrade. Tyson Bagent is not better than Justin Fields. The AFC West standings, well, that goes as followed. Chiefs leading it with 6-1. Then the next closest one is Raiders at 3-4, Chargers at 2-4, Broncos at 2-5. Chiefs and Chargers have yet to have their bye, along with, the Raiders have their bye. So, it's going to be time to just settle in because the Chiefs have already won this division. I'm going to say it right now. This division is over. 6-1, and the next closest is 3-4, and the Chiefs get to play the Broncos next week. and they still get to play the Raiders 2 times and the Chargers once, it's over for the AFC West. It's over. It's been over for a while, though. Make sure you subscribe to the Chiefs Report. We're putting out content every single day of the week. Plus, if you want updates on the Nick Bolton injury, well, guess what? We're going to have that for you hopefully tomorrow, if not on Tuesday. We're going to keep you in the loop, so make sure you subscribe. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. We appreciate you watching. If you got to this point, you are a real one. As always, we will see you in the next Chiefs Report video. Peace out.